Hey, what's up, boss? How you doing? Allora, blading chats. Grande Teo, tutto bene? Allora, Matt, sei pronto a tornare a pattinare? What's up, Chris? How you doing? Anche veramente. Anch'io non vedo l'ora. What's up, Cuba? How you guys doing? Clyde, what up? Thank you guys for joining here. All right. Ammazzo tutti. What's up, Carter? How you doing? Grande Ale. Puff. Puff Leon. So today we're going to talk with Ryan Buck Strauss, owner of the Red Eye Company. I just make my duty as a blader for them. And we are going to talk about what is going on right now in Miami, in Florida in general, the sim down there, of course, Red Eye Wheels, and we are going to announce a little something something. So yeah, let's wait for a couple of minutes. Grande Joe, tutto bene? Dai che forse ritorniamo a girare. So what up, Buck? You here? Awesome. Let's wait for a couple of minutes, no? For the people to tune in. Minchia, grande Gabri. And yeah, like one more minute and then we can start, all right? Damn, I went tanning earlier on my balcony. Do I look like tan? Meanwhile, I'm gonna tell you guys the guest for the next week. They're going to be John Julio on Thursday. Veramente. John Julio on Thursday. Joe Navran on Wednesday. And I mean, like, there's going to be a lot of people. Tomorrow, we're going to make this blading chat with Erika Zanetti, which she is the, I think, marketing director from Rollerblading Italy. So it's going to be interesting to see, like, industry-wise, what is going on. And it's pretty cool to have, like, in the same week, two different way of, like, running the business. Like, one is a big corporate, and the other one, John Julio wise, is like an independent business. So no, niente, domani. Stefano Noli is my man from Brescia. Brescia is like one of the city most heated by this coronavirus thing. And he's a really good guy. He's a really good griller. Is it right to say griller? He used to do barbecue all the time. And yo, what up, Dean? And so, yeah. So it's already... Chad, what's up, Chad? How you doing? Boss, we do have to make one of these with you, man. Bees, what up? How you doing, Bees? Is it early right now in California? It's like 9 in the morning, right? Grande Cree. Yeah, thank you so much, Dean. Fortunately, I'm okay. Dude, yeah. Thank you so much. It means a lot from you. Grande Luca. So, good morning. Damn, Chris, right? We're now in Melbourne. It's like 2 a.m. Fuck, mate. Dude, I appreciate it for the love. Tyler, what up? Casey, what up? Thank you guys for tuning in. So I think it's already, it's 6 here in Italy. I think we can start this live stream with a good friend of mine from Florida, Miami. Oh, Miami, Florida. Yo, what's up?
Hey, can you hear me? Yeah, of course.
All
How
right,
about
good.
you? Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, I can hear you good.
So, how's life? Everything's fine, boss?
Yeah, I'm still working, so I'm like this week was pretty crazy. I think I had like 50 or 60 hours of work. Plus, then
What?
we had 4 shop orders go through, and then just trying to live my normal life, So I've been super busy.
Damn. But like, how were you able to work like all of this amount of hours? Like, what's your like current job actually?
I'm a jet mechanic basically, so I work all the electronics on private jets. I do like anything with the communication, navigation, the internet, the TVs. That's what I specialize in.
Wow, that's
So,
crazy.
and since airports are exempt from any kind of quarantine, we're still working.
Because your guys are taking care of those airplanes that right now are like stuck there, so it's a good time for the companies to fix all the things, all of those little things that like usually during the normal schedule they weren't able to be fixed, or
Yeah, some of that's coming on. I think that's going to grow here as the longer the delay sits where people are grounded. But we still work a lot of air ambulances and
okay.
transport. So it's just things are still due. People are still flying surprisingly, and even people are still chartering planes and going places. So as they break, I get called, and as things come due, I come in and they say, "Hey, can you come do this? Take care of this one." So that's what I've been doing all week.
Wow, that's crazy. And so right now, what is the situation down there in Miami? Like, there are still people around? Are there still like any rednecks around protesting against the government or something like that?
There was supposed to be one yesterday. I didn't see anything on it, so I don't know what happened. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty funny. I'm taking it pretty serious. Obviously, I'm working and I don't have a choice. Like, I have to go to work. I'm not going to lose
Definitely.
my job over something silly. Like, so I'm going to work. I'm being as safe as possible. I wear my mask. I wear gloves. I wash my hands. Just, all the safety protocols we can do. And it's tough for me because I do have to travel a lot. Like, so I go over different airports almost every single day. It's not like I'm going to the same building with the same people. So I have to interact with people and I have to be extra safe. So when I leave work, I just come home and I pretty much stay in. If I got to go to the store to buy food or something, that's about all I do. That's pretty much the only time I'll leave my house. I mean, I built the skate park in my backyard kind of just to skate and have fun when I have a chance. And I've been working around here just like, fixing up all the stuff at my house that I've wanted to do for years.
Damn, that's like a looks like a pretty intense period for you, like the
Yeah,
opposite that what I'm doing.
it's just crazy that down here it seems like a lot of people don't still aren't taking. So yeah, they're not taking it as serious as they need to, and it's kind of one of those things where I keep preaching to everybody that in the skate group and everything. I'm just like, hey guys, we just got to be smart. Like I understand we all want to go skate. Like this is the prime time. Like schools are shut down, businesses are closed. Like we could skate those spots we want to skate, but we shouldn't be getting in groups of 6, 8, 10 people
True.
because it's just not safe. Like I had to tell somebody that I'm like, listen, like I understand if you're with the same couple people, but if they're still working and you're still working, you're interacting with hundreds and thousands of people every single day, and you don't know. So until this thing gets under control, we just got to be smart.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. It's like it's our responsibility, and in a way, it's pretty cool to see how, like, I mean, like, to all the people that I talked to on these blading chats, like, all of them, like, they were like super responsible and like super, like, with their heads on their shoulder. Like, it seems like we know like the damage that the infected thing like that coronavirus could do to our parents, relatives, or like even like workmates and something like that. So yeah, it's pretty intense. And, like we need to be like pretty responsible on like on the choices we are making doing those things, right?
Yeah, it's crazy because with the no symptoms thing, people could be infected for a couple of weeks and you have no idea, and it's just spreading like wildfire, and that's the real concerning thing. And I keep telling everyone, like, I'm like, hey, I understand it sucks, but we need to just lock down have to do to stop this because I want to get back to normal life. I want to be able to go to the skate parks. I want to be able to go, skate street and not have to worry about this stuff. Like, but the only way it's going to happen is if we all, fight it the right way.
Hmm. Are like those skate parks already covered by sand, just like in California, or not?
No, I haven't seen anything like that down here. I think most of the stuff down here is pretty fenced in pretty good so that you can't, people may be jumping in there, but I don't think it's as rampant. I think the sanded in parks are kind of the ones that were just kind of open on the beach and people could just access easily.
Okay, true, true. And so, like, with that being said about the scene in Miami, like, I was like watching a couple of videos from Florida in general, and I've just realized that, like, in Florida, many people have passed through, like Frankie Morales, Joey Chase, Adam Feinberg lived there, Alex Brosco as well. Like, were you there? Like, did you get any chance to skate with them? Like, when you were there, like when they were there?
The only person I've skated with was Frankie, but that was after. Obviously, Joey's still here, so I skate with Joey when we meet up at events. But since Orlando's 3 hours away, it's not like an easy drive to go meet up. But I mean, I moved here 12 years ago now, I think, or 13 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, about 12 and a half. So a lot of those guys had already come through, but Frankie had moved back for a little while, and we skated together a few times and would meet up at a Wednesday night skate or something, or street skate. And it's always like, anytime you meet up with guys like that, it's awesome. The vibes are always good. So,
because you're originally from Ohio, is that correct?
Yeah, I'm from Cleveland originally. Like, I grew up skating with Craig Parsons and Ron Copeland and those guys.
No way.
Yeah.
Dude, I remember like Life Plus profile of Ron Copeland. Man, that dude was crazy.
Yeah, he was ahead of his time for sure. And
Exactly.
A funny story, like the last Bitter Cold Showdown, I've lost a lot of weight in the last couple of years, but I look a lot like Ron with the beard, and I didn't have glasses or anything, but I looked like Ron. And we were at Bitter Cold, and John Goes says, "Hey, Louis Zamora thinks you're Ron Copeland, and he wants to know why you haven't talked to him." And he's like, "And Roadhouse," and I was like, "No, Roadhouse knows who I am. Like, I've met him before, but I'd never met Louis." So we were in the elevator, like going up the hotel at the end of the night, and I just look over at Louis in the elevator, and I go, "Hey," I go, Louis, what's up, man? It's Ron. Why didn't you say hi?" And he looked at me. He's like, "Oh, fuck you. I knew it was you." And I go, "No, I'm not Ron." They just told me about the story. He goes, "Oh, man, I got double fucked."
That's great.
But it was good because I knew Ron growing up, so it just kind of all like pieced together. It was really funny.
That's crazy. That's crazy. And so, like, with that being said, like, John, like when like I was in LA, he told me a little bit like of the struggle that you guys have in about skating in Florida because of the humidity. Is that true? It's a kind of a pain.
It's so hot down here. Like, it's just starting to ramp up now. Like, we're already in the heat index of 95, 96 Fahrenheit.
Shit.
So, I mean, that's just the beginning. In a couple months, we'll be at 108, 110. So,
wow, that's crazy.
So it just gets, and the air is so thick, you can chew the air. Every street spot you go to, you end up changing your shirt because you just sweat through clothes like nothing. So if you go for a session, you may bring 4 or 5 shirts just so that you're not drenched, dripping wet in your car.
Damn, that's crazy. And like during the podcast that I've done with, I think probably Austin, he was like it came out that the Kona skate park is probably the oldest skate park. I wouldn't say like not only in the United States, but also like through the whole world, because it has been done in 1977 or something like that. Is that correct?
I don't know the whole history of it, but yeah, it's as far as I know, it's at least the oldest skate park in the East Coast, maybe the United States. I'm not sure about the world, but yeah, and it's always amazing to go there. It's supposedly they're going to be rebuilding it and redoing it, and they have some special machine coming in to fix all the concrete this year. So hopefully by next year, it's like a totally new refurbished place. But you can just see that the years haven't been kindly with the Florida and the being on the coast. They're so close to the beach that you get a lot of erosion, and just the weather just beats it, and the sun and the humidity just warps ramps and things like that over time.
Pretty cool. And like Red Eye, of course, was there supporting the competition, right?
Of course, yeah. We had it was me, John, Russell, Jared, Chad Tannehill came, and then obviously Zach Pollock, the guy we just added. He's from down here, so he was there, and we did the best we could with an event. It was, we were actually running a little bit behind because I had to pick up Chad early in the morning with Cody Norman from Intuition. Mm-hmm. So we had to drive from Fort Lauderdale all the way up to Jacksonville, which was like a 4 or 5 hour drive. And we started getting phone calls. "Hey guys, there's a social media blackout. Like, they're going to limit how many people are there." And they were like, some people are calling us, telling us we're going to miss the cut. And we were like, "What do you mean? We're all scheduled. Like, we paid for a booth. all my guys are on the invite list. Like, we got to be there. So we call, and they were like, no, you guys are good. Like, you're already counted in the numbers because we know you're coming, and we have you on the registration. So you guys are okay. We're just limiting it to how many extra people can come in. And that was like the very beginning of the caps. Like, that's when they started saying no more than 200 in a group. So a week later, we probably would not have had the event. Like,
Yeah, luckily.
I just think that, you know, some people were bad mouthing and like, oh, you know, they just did it anyway. They don't care. And rollerblading is silly. And why would they do that? And it was kind of like, we were being cautious and we were being safe. They locked us in. Like, you couldn't come in or out. You had to have a band. Like, they actually locked my van in at one point, and we had an Airbnb. So I had to go ask the guy if he could open the gate so I can get the van out because I was unpacking the booth. And he was like, oh, okay, only because you're a vendor. Otherwise, you were stuck in here. So they let me get the van back outside. But, yeah, you had strict count. And, I mean, even then, that was the beginning. And now, you know, it's 10 people, so it had never happened. A week later, I don't even think, you know, we would have had a much easier time, and everyone would have understood if Blake and everyone just said, hey, sorry, we can't do this. If Conan would have said, sorry, we can't do it, it would have been much more understandable. But being at the very early stages of things and lockdowns and things like that, we were all there. People had flown in, and they were like, okay, no more than 250 people. And we were, I think, 189 or something total that actually came. A lot of people did cancel. You know, they didn't drive up or they didn't fly in because they were worried and they didn't want to get either have something with the disease or get stuck if they would have best started banning travel, things like that. So the event was, you know, it was fun and it was definitely interesting. It was like something you'll never see again.
True. And I'm so happy that like the Kona competition and the Winter Clash competition happened like before all of those things happened, because imagine like if like the Winter Clash and like the comp in at the Kona like happened like a month later, like, you know, like there would be like a lot of like lose of money, lose of course of motivation from the industry himself for all the bladers. So luckily we were able to do both of the competition, right?
Yeah, it was great. And, you know, we were worried a little bit just because, you know, a lot of international travel. I had gone straight from Winter Clash. I had to go to Ohio for a funeral and then came back down. And I was actually sick for a little while, but it was like, I never got a fever. I never had anything. I just had like a head cold. And I was like, oh God, you know, what's going on here? But I started feeling better. By the time, you know, powwow came around, I was okay. And then luckily we've heard, you know, nobody that attended Winter Clash or powwow has come down with this. So thank God for that we're all, you know, safe and healthy at this point, you know, and we just got to continue to be smart.
True. And so like, and that was like even the powwow, how many, it was like 10th, like, no, me more, right? They've been doing like since a long time.
This was the 10th one. Yeah, I think. Yeah, this is powwow 10, but there was like a 4 or 5 year break between them because it hasn't, you know, it was Blake had stopped it and things had kind of gone sour and things like that. But I don't know all the details, but yeah, it was cool that he brought it back. He hit me up early last year, or not early last year, I would say mid last year, and just said, hey, I'm bringing this back. Would Red Eye be part of this? And I said, absolutely. And, you know, we just kind of worked from there. I was kind of like skeptical at first, like, why is this coming on? But then it really turned into a great event, and Blake did a great job. And, you know, I can't say enough about, you know, everyone that put the time in and putting it together, especially under the circumstances, was, you know,
yeah, am I gonna yeah, definitely. Am I gonna make one of these blading chats with Blake probably in 2 weeks, like not this upcoming week, the next one.
Awesome. And, he's a really good guy. He's actually from Ohio too. He's from like one city over from mine. I never met him until I moved to Florida, which is crazy.
No way.
But yeah, he grew up in Ohio, the same thing.
And like we do have a comment here from Ivan. He says, I got some sneaky wheels. And hi y'all. What's up, Ivan? I do have like some sneaky wheels on my setup as well. So
yes,
yeah,
I like the sneaky wheel. It's funny. They're the softest wheel we made. Sneaky said he liked a little bit softer of a ride, and he went to Mexico and skated them. He said, he's like, I love them. He's like, I haven't skated any of their wheels. I gave him a couple sets of Johns. I gave him a couple sets of Russells to try, and I think I gave him 6 or 8 sets of his own wheel. And he was only skating his own wheel. He's like, I love this wheel so much. I really think that the flat profiler and the 62 is like came out perfect. Like I love skating the Russell. I love skating the Sneakies.
yeah, they are. So, like, with that being said, like, tell us something more about the Red Eye Real Company, which is like, of course, pretty cool. Not because I'm skating for it, but like from what I've seen, like you and John, like all the time traveling to competition, setting down your guys' boots, which means like investing money to buy, to pay the space for the boot and everything. And then I do believe it's a pretty cool thing what you guys are doing.
Yeah, basically, so Red Eye is like my passion project. Obviously, I have my job working in aviation, and I make good money, and I've always wanted to, get back into skating and giving back to it. So basically, Red Eye, all the money we make goes back into rollerblading. It goes to my riders. All the signature wheels, they get royalties off the wheel sales. So then, if I could help guys, like we help pay for Sneaky and we help pay for John come out to Blades Giving in November. I helped Russell with a little bit of money for powwow. I buy guys meals. I rented an Airbnb for Winter Clash. I rented an Airbnb for powwow, and I just made sure that my guys are taken care of, because that's the one thing that I feel like it's been lacking in the industry, and that's kind of why we kind of got this strain in sales, and just motivation had gone down because people weren't taking care of their riders as well as they could. And it's the little things. It's buying a guy, hey, if you can come out to this event, I'll buy you dinner. Like, it makes guys feel better. So I don't want to, take anything away from other companies, but I just feel like we're trying to change the way things are done. I want my guys, when people talk to them and they say, oh, who do you ride for? And they're like, oh, Red Eye. And they're like, oh, yeah, Red Eye treats me great. This is the best thing. Like, so it motivates younger people like, oh, I want to, work hard. I want to earn that. I want to be on Red Eye because they take care of their riders.
True. And I can say yes, all the things that happen, like they're true because it happened to me as well. So no, like with that being said, like it's definitely like a key point, that thing, because it also like a way to show a professionality, like from the brand, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And I think
So like,
some of that was the growing pains of rollerblading. Now that some of us, we're in our 30s, mid 30s, some guys are in their 40s, and they've worked real jobs and they see how corporate structure works. And once all the big corporate money fell out of rollerblading, we had a bunch of 18, 20-year-old, even younger kids that were, top of the scene. They didn't know any better, and they were either taken advantage of or they just didn't care. And now that we're older, and the people that grew up have the chance to turn things around. Like, talking to shops this week, sales haven't been better in years. Like, they've been on a steady incline for a couple of years, but right now with this COVID and people having this free time to get back involved and wanting to maybe start back up because they're looking for exercise, looking for something to do, sales are booming. Like, this is the time we can start making the new stars. We can get the old guys in, we can get their kids in. Like, the next generation's right there at our grasp, and we need to take care of that.
true. And yeah, I was like also talking with a friend of mine at the phone, and about like how many people we see in the streets with the rollerblades on. So yeah, if it is like like that here in Italy, I do believe like right now in the US it would be like even like better. So it's pretty
Yeah,
cool to see.
I see so many girls on Instagram that I know down here. They're all buying rollerblades. There's a little trail right by my house on my way home. I see 5, 6 people every day, in the parking lot getting ready to go skate, and that's just that's the start. Like, the recreational skating leads into aggressive skating. That's how I got into it. That's how most people did. Like, there's very few people I know that just picked up aggressive skating. Most people had a pair of rollerblades, rolled around, and then seen this sport, and they were like, oh, I want to try that, or they just naturally kind of fell into their lap. Like, I was skating, as a young kid, and we'd go to the skate rink and just skate circles, and it was like a Friday night thing. All the kids at school, that's what we did. And then my mom heard about another place. It was a skate park, so she took me to a skate park, and like day one I was hooked. Like, I never wanted to go back. I was like, I never want to go to that circle rink again. I want to go here. There's like, even though I didn't even have aggressive skates yet, I was like, just rolling off little kicker ramps and jumping and just trying a 180, and I was just like, this is the best thing I've ever done, and I've never stopped.
Cool. We do have like a shout out from Patrick Anderson. He says, other companies need to learn from back. I will continue to throw my money towards Red Eye.
Thanks for the support, Patty.
Thank you so much, Bombers. And yeah, it's pretty cool. And it's pretty cool to see like for example, even like them skates, like using the royalties and give all the royalties straight to the bladers. That's like something that like all the companies should do, because just like you were saying, like many people lose their motivation because of that, because of like they see the companies like using them and not like taking care of them as an investment on the skills of the blader or something like that, right?
Right. And you can see it like, so to me, what we did is our wheels are priced at a certain point. And if you look at the team wheel that we have, which is 55, which is the only non-signature wheel at the moment, it's $2 less than the other wheels. That $2 goes straight to the riders per set sold. So what I ordered, if I ordered 250 sets, the riders have the incentives to make up to $500. If they do all the protocols that we need, the wheels sell, they're going to make the money. I pay them. I feel like it's the same for the skates. If you're going to mark a skate up $10, $20 because it's got a pro's name on it, that money should be going to that guy, because that's what you're then capitalizing on their name. You're saying,
True,
hey, here's this
true.
guy's name. Even if you gave them half of that, let's say because you did put like, for Sunshine example, they put the Rain liner in there versus the Razors liner, and it does cost a little bit more because it's a nicer liner. So let's say it costs them $10 more, but they mark it up $20. Give the rider $10 per skate.
Mm-hmm.
People will see that money going back. The riders will be more motivated. Like it's just a simple thing like that, and I think that's what I wanted to do. I said I'm gonna pay these guys their royalties. You know, I want them to earn it. I want it to show, like, I want these guys to appreciate it. But like I
Yeah,
said,
and the thing is like we do. I mean, I talking from the experience that I had, like at the Winter Clash, for example, which was like my very first competition that I've been to with all of you guys, and you treated me like I was like I felt that I was part of a family. But I'm not saying that because you are here. I'm just saying that like I'm trying to be as like, super honest with you, and like it was pretty cool for me to see you like, hey, let's go there, I'm taking care of your dinner, your lunch, or whatever you need to, like we're gonna pay you the entry from the Winter Clash and stuff like that. So it's something like, just like you were saying, there are like, those are like small things that can really like motivates you to do better and like to talk even better of the brand.
yeah, exactly. And that's what, we had the powwow group, and we were all just hanging out. We had our Airbnb, and we were playing games at the Airbnb, but we were all hanging out at the event. You know, it was open super late, like till 2 a.m. or whatever, but we were all there hanging out. Russell was just skating, having fun, doing some set slide stuff, and we were all joking around, calling out tricks for him, and, just having a good time. And one of the guys from Florida comes up to me, he's like, you guys just like have a good time. Like, you all seem like you're friends. I'm like, yeah, that's what this is about. Like, we're all friends. Like,
True.
we all get along. Like, the biggest thing I wanted to do when I started Red Eye, and people were like, why are you so focused on your team? Why are you so focused on this? Well, first I had to get my team set, because I also wanted the riders who were going to get pro wheels, I wanted them to have the wheel that they wanted. So I needed to know who was going to be on this team, who's going to be part, what size wheel and that they wanted, because I didn't want to give, like, let's say Glow was part of this, and I said, well, we're not going to make a 68 millimeter wheel for you. We're just going to give you a 59 millimeter wheel. He doesn't ride that wheel, so he has no incentive to say, I want to be part of this. But if I say, you get to pick your size, your hardness, this is yours. You get to pick the color of your wheel. Like, let's go from here. Like, we have all the boarding pass logos. All the guys got to put their little touch on them. Glow wanted his little blading camp wheel. John wanted that Delta logo. Sneaky wanted to say a certain thing. Russell wanted to say a certain thing. So we put that in there, and then my brother designed them. That way the guys felt like the wheel was theirs.
Mm-hmm.
And then we
True.
come out, and they're excited because this is something they helped design. This is what they picked. This is what they want. So on top of that, I wanted to get guys that all had positive attitudes towards industry, guys that are willing to travel, guys that want to be part of something and part of a team. And that's why I encourage everyone. And you'll see in our posts, like, guys are always commenting, always sharing. We put it right back into the story on Instagram, on Facebook. We want everyone to see, like, we are a family, like a team of, like, the old days. We may not skate the same, we may not be from the same area, but together we make what I feel is like one of the greatest teams in the industry right now.
Awesome, and I'm proud to be part of it. Dean just said like something really like I do think like important. He says like, I think transparency is the key. the more we know how companies are supporting their riders, the more people want to support the company, which is true, honestly. Like
Absolutely.
I totally agree with him.
Yeah, and that's what I've told all the guys. Like we have a Red Eye group chat, and I've told everyone since day one, like anything that anyone wants to know that's on the team, just has to ask the question, and we'll be honest with them. If they want to know how many sets of wheels we've sold, what what the budget's looking like, things like that, it's total transparent, clear information to everybody, and everyone gets the same information because I don't want to feel like anyone's being singled out or you're not part of this. If you have a question, they just have to ask me. They can text me if they feel they don't want everyone to know or they're feeling uncomfortable about something. Anyone can reach out to me and anyone on the team and say, hey, how's this going? How's that going? And I want that. And I learned a lot of that from the company I work for now, Duncan Aviation. That's how they have a very transparent thing. I could walk into my boss's office and say, hey, what are our numbers looking like? Are we going to make our quarterly numbers? How are we doing? And they openly just give us that information. So we feel good, like knowing that we have that information, like, hey, are we on the right track? What can we do to make it better? Do I need to do this? And that's where I want the team to be. If they feel like there's something we're doing wrong, or they feel like there's something where we can improve, I don't want anyone to fear like, oh, it's going to upset Buck. It's going to upset John because John does run our social media, and he makes the post. And I was very clear at the beginning, and he's great about it. Like, you don't see overabundance of one guy being posted. We don't want anyone to feel like, oh, they're pushing this guy more than me. They like him more than me. I want anyone that gives up the content, we're going to promote. And we want to promote all of our guys equally because without any one guy on this team, we're not going to be the same. And that's what's important about having a team. Like, we're only as strong as the weakest link. So all of us have to be pulling our weight and doing our own thing.
True, definitely. And so, yeah, with that being said, shall we show the little thing?
Yeah, well, first I'll show. So I just talked to Lebeda this week. They do our pours. People, it's not a secret. People have talked bad about Lebeda before and things like that, but we've worked with them. Our formulas, I've told everyone, is our own. But they actually just sent us 2 new samples this week. John picked them up. We're mailing them out tomorrow to get out to some riders for testing. They gave us 2 new formulas to try to see if they work any better. Where are we at? We always want to improve, and they're totally down with us, trying to make the best product possible. So this year we're coming out with a new line. We're designing it now. We're in talks. We're going to have the 55. We're still going to have a 57. We're going to have the 60. We're going to have the 62. We're going to have the 68. But we're also going to introduce 2 or 3 new wheels. We're going to introduce a 64 millimeter wheel, which has more of a face classic profile. As you can see, what we did is they took the 68 millimeter and they shaved it down to have a flatter surface down to 64 millimeters. So that I won't announce that rider yet, but this will be a signature wheel. I'm also looking at doing a 72 for people that do want to ride a little bit bigger wheels. If you don't like the 68 or you want to ride a 72/60 on a Wish, or even you have friends that do some rec skating and need some extra wheels, like we're gonna make a 72, maybe a small run of that. But the big announcement today is Jason is getting a pro wheel. He's getting our new anti-rocker wheel. It's going to be a 46 millimeter wheel. And what we did is we actually found the dimensions on the old Mind Game Higgs Boston wheel and had the exact specifications minus the little octagon shape. But the slope, the flat part across here is all identical to what Mind Game had made. So we wanted to recreate that. And it's a 101A urethane 46 millimeter wheel. And I've been skating them. John's had a set. Jason's been skating them. We all love them. Like, nothing bad. Like, they look awesome. And it's, I took them to some of the shops. We had them at Winter Clash, and we're showing some people. And as soon as I took them to the local skate booth, Jake knew exactly what they were. Oh, that's the Mind Game wheel. He goes, that's awesome. Like, and some people think, oh, like, you see the 50/50 and then the Moonshine, and they were like, oh, they just copied the same wheel. And a lot of anti-rockers look exactly the same. It is what it is, but we wanted to have that option for people. We were honored that Jason accepted, being the pro, because not too many people have ever had a pro anti-rocker wheel. So it'll be a smaller run, but I think it's going to be special. And this is obviously just a prototype. We haven't, picked the color or got the logo designed. We're working on all that stuff now. Like I said, we just got back in full talks with Lebeda. With all this COVID stuff, we're way behind schedule. Like, We were hoping to have
Definitely.
it out and ready to go by, next month. And here we are just getting talks because people have not been working. Pouring rollerblade wheels is not an essential business. So
True.
luckily, the owners of Lebeda are the employees there. They're just like we are. It's a super small company. When we go to the office, the people, the owners, Kevin Lebeda, the guy Rob, like they're all part of that family, and that's who works there. That's who does the stuff. So they're able to at least accommodate us. And like I said, they got us 2 new urethanes to try, see how they go. We're gonna let them know if we like them any better, because we want the best product we can possibly give somebody.
Yeah. So like first thing first, I already said it to you at the Winter Clash, but like and also in millions of messages through WhatsApp. But yeah, man, like I do really thank you very much. Really would like to thank you very much for this opportunity, and because for me it's like mm, an amazing achievement because I've been skating for quite some time, and like I'm probably the very first Italian who have received like a pro something in a way.
That's
So
amazing.
it's like a dream come true, and yeah, like I've been skating those anti since the Winter Clash, so it's I never got any problem. I do really love them. The shape, in my opinion, it's perfect because I had it before like 2 3 years ago. I was skating with the eulogy ones, but I never felt like the click in it, and so I went back for the Firelight ones, the stock ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But this one, it's like I'm not saying this because you are here. Because if I wasn't like feel it, I was like, okay, whatever. Like I'm not gonna skate or something like that. But this one, I do really love it. I do really love the shape. As you were saying, like we are going to work on colors and graphic and stuff like that. This is just a prototype, but like as far as like I'm scanning it, I do really love it, and I do really thank you guys for all the love that you're showing to us right now for for that announcement, because I do really, in a way, I also feel like kind of embarrassed because there are like millions of people way better than me who deserve it more and stuff. But in the other hand, like just like I was saying, I do really love to say thank you to Buck and to Red Eye because for their first thing first, their thoughts about the team and everything, and second for the love that they show me all the time here in Italy. So yeah,
You deserve it just as much as anyone on our team, and that's what I've told everyone. Everyone on our team has the talent to earn a pro wheel. It's putting in the work. It's having the right attitude, and all of our guys have that. So I don't want to feel like it's a handout. Like I don't want to be this company that just gives every single person. Like I want when people see the Jason Adriani wheel, they're like, he deserves that. He's earned that over the years of his work and his commitment and his attitude. Like
thank
everything about being a pro, you embody. Like you go to an event, you're super social, you do so much, you're doing so much for rollerblading that this is like we are basically putting our faith in you because we say Jason has the right way. He is the marketable guy that we want to have this wheel.
thank you so much.
It's so easy to just give. It's funny. I've heard, oh, are you going to give yourself a pro wheel? And I would never do that because I'm not on. I don't deserve that. Like the company is mine. That's all I could ever ask for. Like, but the company is not mine without you guys. Like if I didn't have John and I didn't have Jason and Chris and Josh and Russell and Michael and Chad and Sneaky and Steven and Zach and these guys, if they didn't do everything for us and want to be part of this, we'd fail. Like just Gil came up to me, the guy who owns Roller Warehouse, and he said, hey, of all the companies I've seen come through in the past couple of years, you guys are doing the best. And people just, and that's not a brag on us, but we're just trying to do things right. And that's what I think is starting to show through with the team, with the way we're promoting, the way that we come to events. We talk to everybody, the guys that we have are personable and people enjoy seeing their skating. And that's what's so great. And I can't wait till we can get over this COVID and start filming for our VOD because I know it's going to be amazing with the riders that we have. Like, again, that was supposed to be done hopefully by now, for the line release. But with all this going on, we're way behind. We haven't got to start filming. But,
Exactly.
hopefully we get through this sooner than later. We can start getting these trips together, get the guys together, start filming it, and we can get a nice VOD. Hopefully it'll be ready for Winter Clash or something like that at this point.
Will be amazing. Will be an honor just like to be part of it. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And so yeah, going back to the team, like about Farm, like and how did Farm get into the team?
Okay. So as you know, everyone knows Chris had the allegations brought up against him and all of that. And then, he handled it the best way he knew he could handle it. Like this is something, you can't be accused of something like that and be like, oh, if you're not comfortable, you want to, everyone's going to handle every situation differently. So he handled it the best way he could. And after like everything went dead in Vibrolux and they let him go, I had just reached out to him because I've known him for years. And, I was actually at that Raw Skill Day with him during when all those allegations went down. I was at that Summer Clash. I had seen him a couple weeks after that in Ohio at the James Short Memorial. And, we've been friends for a while. And I just reached out and I said, hey, man, I'm sorry you're going through this. Like, anytime I've ever met you and anytime we've ever hung out, like, you've been nothing but a class act and you're a great human being. I'm sorry that, you're going through this and things like that because you're handling things the best way you possibly can for yourself. Like, nobody can judge you for how you feel about something or how you react. Like, and then he proved his case out. Once he was comfortable and he felt like the time was right, he made those posts or whatever. I don't know if everyone's seen him, but he basically tried to clear his name and say, hey, listen, I'm being falsely accused and this is my side of the story. And if that took 2 months, if that took 2 years before he came out, like, that was all on his timeline because I can't say, or anyone can't say, hey, you need to go address everyone right now. If you're not ready, it could come across wrong. So he waited, he did it. So I reached out to him as a friend and just, apologized. He said, hey, I appreciate that. And I said, listen, whenever you're ready, if you're willing or you want to, if you want to try our wheels, I'll gladly send you some to try. I'd love to, have you test them and see if you'd want to be part of our team. And he said, absolutely. So I sent him some wheels and he tried them. And within a week, he was like, I love the wheels. Like, they work out great. Like, let's do this. So
Awesome.
it timed out just right that, we announced him at the What Year Is It event in Woodward. And it was like a big reaction there. And then we announced him through social media a couple days later. But, Dead's loss and however they did it is our game. Like, I'm so honored to have Chris on our team. Like, that's somebody I grew up watching, even though he's
Damn,
like,
so am I.
I tell some of my friends that I used to skate with back in the day, I'm like, hey, I'm friends with Chris Farmer and he skates for my company. And they're like, what do you mean? Like, no way. I'm like, yeah, like, this is like real. Like, I'm friends with one of the greatest rollerbladers of all time. And, that's just awesome. Like, that he's so committed to being part of us. Like, anytime you talk to him, he's like super excited. He's super on board, just like anyone else on our team. And it's
No,
great. Like,
definitely, it's crazy. It's crazy. Like, when I saw it, I mean, like, of course, like, I do love Josh. I do love Glow. I do like Corey. I do love everybody in the team. But like Chris Farmer, which is to me, it's like, I don't know, like one of the gods of skating. You know what I mean? Like, and like
exactly. Yeah.
being part of the team with him in there, man. I was like, dude, really?
Yeah, and it was like, I felt like we had a great team, and then when he came on board, it really just solidified us to being like a mainstream player. Like, here we are, like I honestly consider him one of the top 5 pros of all time. Like, his sections are timeless. Like, the tricks he's done, like, just, and like I said, his whole personality and his persona as a pro. If you meet him in person, he's just a genuinely nice,
Super,
honest
yeah,
guy,
yeah.
and that's what I want on my team. I could pick up, there's thousands of amazing skaters. And I'm not saying that other people aren't deserving, but the guys that we have on this team all exemplify. If you meet any one of my guys on this team and we're together, we're going to embrace you as one of our own. Like, we want to hang out. We want to have a good time. We just want to skate. We want the industry to grow. And that's what's the most important part about all this.
True. And just like what you were saying earlier about like how to like handle the team and all that, like testify it, and it's pretty. I do believe it's like it should be the way that like all the companies should treat their riders. And
yeah, and I hope this, that we can set that example and have that open. And like I said, we've done a couple interviews with BMAG and Blader Union, and they, we just talked to them, and I'm always honest about it. Like, I just want everyone to know, like, nothing that is coming out of Red Eye isn't going back into the industry. The money that I take, I have like 10% of profits come back towards me personally, and that money goes right back into going to events. That's helping, get the rental vehicles, helping pay for those meals for the guys. Like, all that's coming out of the profits on my end. And if it's coming out of my personal bank account, I don't look at it like that, because I'm going to be traveling to the event either way. Having Red Eye there helps me, helps all of us, helps the industry, and that's what's great.
That's amazing, Buck. Really, thank you so much for doing this. It's pretty cool to see like how you're acting, how like Travis with Blader Union about like the collecting money to give money to the people making like ads and stuff like that. I mean, I do really love like those coming back from the companies on like investing to the bladers who are skating for them and stuff like that. So like more companies should be learned from you guys, I do believe.
Yeah, I hope, like I said, I just hope we can be the example. And I want people to want to ride for us. I want that next group of younger kids look up and say, hey, look what this company's done. They're the apex. We are the best company to ride for. Like, I want these younger kids to reach out to us and say, hey, what can we do to be part of this, so that we have that future? And I feel like we've already got that foundation with with having Steven and Michael and now Zach. These guys are all under 25. Chad and Jared, I think, are 26 or 27. Like, we have this younger generation already there. But now we need to start, as these young kids, the kids that are competing 18 and under, they keep progressing, and they see the goal. Like, they can see, if I keep working, I can be Jason, I can be John, I can be, Josh Blowicki, I can be whoever it is. Like, however style skating you like that's another great thing about our team. I feel like we have a very diverse style. Like, so you can earn it off of however you skate, as long as you're doing it the right way.
True. So, Buck, I mean, like, I don't know what to say more, because like everything is pretty cool, and it's super like I got like goosebumps because of the announcement. So, and from all the love that I can see here like on the chat. So like I really would like to thank you guys for that. I really would like to thank you, Buck, for like the opportunity, and like for making like Red Eye a company and how it is. So, man, like, you're the man. There's nothing
I
more that I can
appreciate you
say.
having me on. Like, this is awesome. I love talking about it. It's good to see you. I'm glad that you're safe. And we've talked a couple times, since all this quarantine stuff went down. But it's good to have another chat with you and see that you're still healthy and everything's going well. Like, that's what's most important to me. That all my friends are, doing well and going to get through this.
No, definitely. So with that being said, like from what I've learned, like one of the probably up and coming project is going to be like a Red Eye team video, right?
Yeah, the VOD. So that's the plan. Like, it was supposed to start filming right after Winter Clash, and obviously we haven't had the opportunity to do that. So, but yeah, as soon as all this clears up, that's our plan. We're going to start planning out the video. I've already got some ideas planned. We're going to start getting trips booked for guys, so that we can get some riders together and start filming this out, and then going from there. And hopefully, like I said, if everything goes well, maybe by Winter Clash next year at this point, we'll be able to premiere that and have most of the guys there. So we'll see how that goes. And, we're just hoping for the best and trying to get through all this situation right now.
Definitely. So, Buck, with that being said, it's really like 45, 50 minutes, almost 50 minutes. So it has been like a pretty cool chat. Thank you so much for the wheel. Thank you so much for the time that you gave me for this chat. Thank you again for the chance to put me in the team, and like thank you guys for the love that you shown here on the chat.
No, thank you, and thanks everybody for tuning in, and anyone that watches in the future. Like, Red Eye is here to support the industry, here to support our team, and I hope everyone enjoys the wheels, and feel free to reach out to us.
Definitely. Buck, thank you so much, boss.
Later, man.
Later. Ciao.